the camera. How's everybody feeling today? Couple months back, I did a video where I talked about Whitney Houston's death, and I looked into it, and I specifically remember saying in the video that Whitney's death wasn't an accident. A dude that she was dating at the time was involved, like a new dude. Now I'm seeing that rumors are coming out that Ray J might have been involved in Whitney Houston's death. I want to look into those rumors to see if Ray J was the dude that came out in my previous reading about Whitney. When you guys get a chance, please go hit that and go watch that video. It's I think it came out like 2 months ago. Anyways, before I start to read, I gotta put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. I'm gonna shuffle these cards and we're gonna look into whether Ray J was involved in Whitney Houston's death or not. All right. While we on this topic, if you guys want me to look into anything else related to Whitney Houston or Ray J, put it in the chat. All right. Spirit, was Ray J involved in Whitney Houston's death? Was Ray J involved in Whitney Houston's death? Alright, we're gonna shuffle these cards, like I said. Was Ray J involved, Spirit? Did Ray J have anything to do with Whitney Houston's death, Spirit? Talk to us about Whitney Houston's death. I want to revisit this because I want to clear the air to see if Ray J was the guy I was talking about. Tell me about Whitney Houston's death, Spirit. Was Ray J involved? Let me know what you guys think too while I shuffle these cards. Do y'all believe Ray J was involved? Do y'all think Ray J had anything to do with Whitney Houston's death? Do y'all believe Whitney Houston was even murdered? Do you think it was just an accident? What did y'all take on the situation? Well, I'm almost done. All right. All right. One more. Spirit, was Ray J involved in Whitney Houston's death? What does Ray J have to do with Whitney Houston's death? Did he have anything to do with it, Spirit? Was he involved? Was he the guy that I was talking about in my previous video? Alright, we almost there. I can feel the energy shifting. I'm about to start pulling the cards and I'm gonna start telling y'all what I see. Alright, here we go. We ready. We ready. Alright, one last one. Let's see if Ray J had anything to do with this. Alright, we good. Alright, Spirit. So I asked the cards, I asked Spirit in particular, if Ray J was involved in Whitney Houston's death because people are starting to say that he was. And you got the nine of swords. Then you got, I told you, three people that was involved, but one person took over the project. I remember previously in my last reading, I said that there was about three people involved. Let me see here. Okay, pull some more cards, and we're gonna talk about it. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this video so far. How y'all doing? Come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about this. Let's have this discussion. See if Ray J was involved in Whitney Houston's death. I think, if I remember correctly, they were dating around that time, or at least they had been some kind of an idol. I'm not gonna say they were dating, but they were at least involved in something around that time that Whitney Houston passed away. I remember I seen Whitney Houston's funeral on TV, and Ray J was crying really hard at the funeral. I wonder if that was an act or if he genuinely cared. Let's read these cards and let's look it over. Okay, so when I look over these cards, I see that they did have trouble when they were lovers. They was messing around, but I see that Whitney was sacrificed, just like I saw in my previous reading. that Whitney was sacrificed. You know what I mean? I see this because I see right here the worthless sacrifice, the person that was sacrificed. There, I'm still seeing the like a trio. I'm still seeing three people that were involved in Whitney's murder because, like I said, they want to push it off like it was an accident. My cards say that it was a murder, that this was planned, that it was some kind of collaboration. Three people were involved. Now, I remember previously the Hermit card came up upright, but this time it's coming up reversed, which means that I'm seeing something like, okay, so upright, it would have been talking about somebody that wants to keep a secret, like a guy that wants to keep some secrets. But I feel like now we're being enlightened by what happened. So I don't want to say Ray J was involved, but so I see somebody that avoided jail, that Whitney was defeated in the sense that she was taken out. You know what I mean? Whitney was a star, and they didn't like that. They felt like they needed to control her, and the best way to control her is to take her out, if that makes sense. That way, they didn't want her to profit off of her royalties. They wanted to be the ones that profit themselves, if that make any kind of sense. This was what the plan was. Let me see. So somebody that was so I see the Empress. I don't feel like Whitney was pregnant. That we know Whitney wasn't pregnant. I'm getting the feeling more so that it upset them that Whitney was like expanding. They knew that Whitney would probably branch out or leave the label. I'm seeing like there was a conflict with the label. Whitney felt like she was overworked. She felt like they was trying to take advantage of her. They thought that she was going to be gullible when it came to business, and that's not how it went. I think she probably told a couple people about themselves. This is what I'm feeling like. I think that they thought she wouldn't have the skills to do business, but I see somebody that was trying to walk away. I think Whitney was trying to walk away from her record label at the time. So let me see. You got the Eight of Swords reversed, which is, yeah, she wanted to be free. She wanted to walk away, like I said, because they thought she was stupid, and but they knew that she was their money was a money maker. You know what I mean? So she had it like a falling out with these people. She had a falling out. I think that some. Let me see here. They felt like Whitney was too critical. Like Whitney criticized too much. Basically, she questioned things too much. She Why don't you just take the offer that we're giving you? This is what my gut is saying. All of that for entertainment purposes. I don't know. Like I said, I'm getting the feeling it was more like her, the people that was at the top of her record label. This is what I'm feeling. All of that for entertainment purposes. This is what my gut is saying. This is what I'm feeling. I'm not going to say they murdered her, but it was a conflict going on between her and them. I don't know what the conflict was or nothing, but Whitney wanted to prosper. Whitney wanted to go out ahead of them. I feel like they was trying to keep her down. And they wasn't paying her what she was worth. This is still what I'm feeling. I think this is similar to what I said in the last video about Whitney's death. That she had some kind of conflict with her record company, or like the people that she had a contract with. She was very unhappy. Let me pull back the card. You see how, like I said, funeral, unhappy family. This is the card that is like the plant funeral or delayed plans. You know what I mean? Somebody that's very unhappy. Before that, it's the Queen of Swords reverse, which is somebody that's judgmental, highly critical, like basically critiques the smallest of details. I'm getting the feeling they felt like, yeah, Whitney asked too many questions. She was too critical. She wanted things to be done too much. I feel like they feel like she was a diva and had too many demands. So you got the Six of Cups. You got the High Priestess next to it. Somebody's intuition. I think Whitney, yeah, Whitney knew that they was trying to stop her progress. Whitney knew that they was trying to keep all the money for themselves and overwork her. Whitney wasn't stupid. Whitney knew this. Whitney wanted to release from this situation. I still get a feeling, like I said, this leans more towards career. This was like a bigger conspiracy involved. Whitney wanted to release from this situation, and I think she was kind of going to put them out there for like the 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 bad business deals they were trying to make. The people, the men in power didn't want that to happen. So I'm seeing an Aries man that was in power that did not want that to happen, and he analyzed the situation and realized that Whitney was a little bit too sassy with the mouth. You know what I mean? She was too. She was trying to sever their business ties. She needed to be stopped. She was too sassy with the mouth. There was somebody that was like, I'm not gonna say, yeah, it was some dark thoughts going on involved. Again with the demons and stuff like that and the clearing it out. This person was an evil person. Like I said, it was an Aries person. It's the I know a lot of people mention Clive Davis. Like I said, this is all alleged. This is what my card is saying. I'm getting a feeling this Emperor guy was Clive Davis. Is Clive Davis an Aries? Y'all let me know in the chat if Clive Davis is an Aries. Because I'm feeling like some of this came from Clive Davis. That he felt like Whitney was too slick with the mouth. Um, Let me see. She was too sassy. She was they felt like it was she was too reckless when it came to doing business with her. Like they feel like they needed her more under control, and she wasn't as under control as they would like her to be. But this was something they was blindsiding her with. Let me see. You got the Knight of Wands, so I see some enthusiasm to blindside her, cloud her judgment, prevent her from walking away. They used so I see the hand in reversed. I still feel like it was like a relationship where she wasn't married, but they used the person that she was messing with to like do it. Like I see escapism. Like she wanted to leave or whatever, but they wanted her to give their neighbor one more try. They also wanted to stop her from leaving. They had some very dark thoughts. These were toxic. This was a toxic record label, or at least this was toxic people that was involved with her. This is what I'm seeing so far, all allegedly. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the video so far. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more lives. Stay tuned for more videos. We're talking about whether Ray J has something to do with Whitney Houston's murder. So I wanted to just revisit Whitney Houston's murder period to see what was going on. They Let me see. So, like I said, you hit the hand reverse. Before that, you had stopping her and trying to stop her from leaving and trying to cloud her judgment. There was a man that was like very cunning, very treacherous, very conniving. He needed to. He was doing messed up business deals. He wanted to keep all the money for himself. He didn't want to pay Whitney for her royalties and what she was worth. If anything, he wanted to block her from expanding. He wanted to block her from expanding, but he knew that he could make a lot of money. So he used the guy she was in a relationship with at that time. This is what I'm still seeing to do it. I feel like the guy she was in a relationship with at that time was paid to end her life cycle. This is still what I'm seeing. You see the death card came up after that? And then, let me see. Yeah, this person betrayed her, stabbed her in the back, um, had her believing he really genuinely cared about her when that wasn't the case. There was a business exchange I'm seeing. Something was mixed in her drink. This is what I'm seeing. Page of Pentacles, a younger earth sign male. Because you got the Queen of Cups. This person was lying to her, making her think that they loved her and they was in love with her when that was a lie. This was about them trying to earn some money. They didn't have as much money as Whitney. Like I said, it was a younger earth sign male. He mixed something in her drink and he was sneaky to, you know what I mean, tried to get away with it, tried to sweep responsibility, which he did. This was a new romance. I'm seeing it's the same thing that's coming up in these cards. So I'm wondering if Ray J was that guy that they were talking about. What do you guys think? Was Ray J the one dating Whitney at the time that she passed away? Or I'm not gonna say that they were dating, but it was something there. Like it was something they was messing with. But they betrayed Whitney. This was a huge betrayal and committed the murder to her. They the one who killed her. They're the one who killed Whitney. All of that for the same purposes, but this is what my cards is saying. So, like, I haven't done the research on it, but I think if I remember correctly, Ray J was with her at the time. Let me see here. So, I said it was a new guy, a newer guy in her life who basically who slipped something into her drink. Let me see. So it was justice. It was an injustice done to Whitney from her, this guy she thought she that was loving her. She was living in a fantasy world thinking that this was going to be a newer romance or whatever, or at least that they could be something. Yep, the seducer. This guy whispered a bunch of sweet nothings to Whitney. He was an opportunist, and that's how he would. But that's how they was able to get Whitney. It was a guy she was messing with, but this guy was very untrustworthy. I see the don't trust me. He was sneaky. He used her addictions against her. Yep, this was set up to look like, oh, Whitney basically fell off the wagon and she just was still fighting her drug addiction. This is what the narrative they wanted to give out to the public. Oh, she was still fighting her drug addiction and it was all just a mishap of being an addict and this was all just a misunderstanding. Now, Whitney is a Leo woman. I'm seeing the strength card coming up, which is the Leo sign. I think that, and then you got the chariot. I think Whitney had moved past her addiction at the time that she died. I don't think Whitney was as dependent on her addiction as they want us to believe. You get what I'm saying? But I just feel like she was given those. I don't think she knew that those drugs were in her drink when she drank them. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? All alleged for entertainment purposes, of course. I'm gonna pull some more cards and we're gonna see. There was a man involved. Like I said, a man that paid another man to do it. It was, it was him being greedy and spiteful. Um, Let me see, it was money to be made. Plus, Whitney was pretty wealthy. You got the independent woman, the wealthy woman, that was prospering, and she was messing with somebody that was younger than her. Um, they stopped. Let me see. So you got the Sun card reverse, which is about life cycles. Still, I think that yeah, yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna pull the rest of these cards and I'm gonna just read it. So you got Whitney right here, who's the Queen of Wands, the fire sign female. Um, she thought this person was her ally when it was really an adversary. There was just like a spy in the camp. They was on the team of the record company. But they was sent to like romance her, and this is how she ended up dead. This was all pre-planned. This was premeditated. And as a result, the world lost Whitney. Um, this was, but this was orchestrated from her boss. Her boss. I'm saying this is the boss card right here, and the sorrow, regret, loss, death. The Tomb card right here, the Queen of Wands, which is the fire sign female Whitney, who was a fellow Leo. So Five of Pentacles. Yeah, because he wanted to keep all of her royalties. This is what I'm seeing. So I asked the cards if Ray J was involved, and I'm getting the same cards from the same reading. So I'm feeling in my gut, this is just my feelings, my interpretation of the card. I think Ray J might have been that Earth sign male because it even came up that, like I said, it was a younger Earth sign male that she was seeing at the time. So, if I'm not mistaken, her and Ray J was in like some kind of situationship at the around the time Whitney was dying. Because I specifically remember Ray J at her funeral crying extra hard, but I'm wondering if that could have been an act. Like I said, this is all alleged. Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one. I wish you all peace and love. Bye bye.